Good morning, everybody, and happy Wednesday to you. Welcome into Project Joy Live. It's your triple shot of good vibes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at this 9 a.m. Eastern time hour. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and we are late today, which I have to admit to you. Does not bring me joy. Like there's certain things in life, and I think we all have those things that bother us. We allow to bother ourselves in one way or another. I knew we would get here. I knew we would come on as time would allow, but it irks me to not be on time. And so typically I sit down to a show pretty early, but I had everything lined up today. So I thought to myself, it's fine. I'll chat with Claudio, hang out with the girls. It'll all be great. And but I think part of the reason it's important to show up early is because even if we have all the things line up that we need to be lined up, that doesn't mean that the rest of the world does. And it also doesn't mean that technology is going to work in our favor. And so that was certainly the case this morning. Marjean is on the show today. She is one of my daughters who co-hosts with us often on the show, and she just graduated high school. We're going to be talking about life after graduation and kind of this what's next energy. But the 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 thing about it is, so we came on and she tried to go on her computer, but it doesn't have really good Wi-Fi. So then we're trying to get on mine and things weren't coming up. And then stuff started happening with my computer. And I'm like, oh no, we're not going to be doing this today. And so come early. Oh, this is why people ask me, why do you go so early to things, Jessica? This is why, because this is what happens when you don't come early. And so just because you have everything in a row doesn't mean everything else or the technology or whatever is going to work the way that you planned on it working. So there's a lot of things with that don't necessarily bring me a lot of joy, but there is, as I think about it, a lot of joy for me in arriving early. So I will keep that quality about myself. Thank you very much today. So like I said, coming up on the show, Marjean is here and we are going to be talking about what's next, life after graduation, but also just kind of that what's next energy. And Marjean was actually sharing something with me yesterday that we were talking about with a certain musician that we've been to their show. We've listened to their music. A couple of my daughters are really into his music, and there was some comments made about the next album. And there sometimes can be like the next project, you know, people have called it a curse. They've called it like, the curse of the sophomore album, or like the next thing not being as good as the first. I was even watching an interview earlier this morning with from the world of reality TV. So there's a show I've shared before. I watched the show Love is Blind. It's fantastic, horrible television. But this girl AC was on Love is Blind US, and then her husband now was originally on Love is Blind UK. And then they both went on a reality show called Perfect Match and ended up, they have a baby now. They're married, they have a great relationship. But AC hosts a podcast and she was talking with a guy that was just on this season of Perfect Match, Jimmy Soto. Jimmy Soto was sort of an anomaly on a show like this because Perfect Match has a way of bringing people on the show who have been on a ton of other reality shows. This might be their second, third, fourth go at a reality show. And Jimmy had never been on any show at all. He's sort of been like in the world of content creation. He's been a basketball player his whole life. And so he went into this show not knowing anything, literally did not even know the host. This was so funny as part of the interview, did not even know the host, Nick Lachey. Nick Lachey, of course, being one of the members of 98 Degrees, one of the 90s boy bands. He comes in, and I will never forget this moment. He comes in to host an event in the show Perfect Match, and Jimmy thought that this was another player. Like, he did not know who Nick Lachey was. And then when they told him who it was, he's like, oh, I think my mom had a crush on him. Like, back on the day or something. Anyway, point to my story was that she was asking AC was asking Jimmy Soto if he would ever go on another reality show again. And he said honestly, like I don't know, because I feel like it- I got such a good edit. I had such a good experience that I don't know if I could go up from here. And so, because he had heard from other people that they had such a good, and a good edit, a good time on a previous show, and then they went on another show and they were done really dirty or whatever. And so he's like, I don't know if I would go on to something else. And so, how that ties into what we're talking about today is that we don't often know what that next experience is going to be. That's part of, I guess, where faith or hope or whatever else comes into the picture. But there is sometimes that, I don't know, that strange energy around the next thing or what's next. And so we're going to talk about that with Marjean today. Life after graduation coming up here shortly. I am absolutely blaming you for being late, Claudio. No, not really. It was really that I thought I was good, and then my computer thought otherwise. So we'll go with that. Yes, the bunny ate the computer is what it was. That's our current day. My dog ate my homework excuse. Marjean's backstage saying good morning. We're about ready to go here. So let me know where you're joining from and what is bringing you joy today. We're going to get into this conversation with Marjean. Of course, we have birthdays and everything coming up also, but lots happening. So stay tuned. Without further ado, please welcome back to the show Marjean Dugas, otherwise known as Marjean Dugas. Here we go. Marjean is here with the Teen View this morning, everybody. That intro is still fire.
I agree.
Still
It's
fire.
great.
Still good. So, it's so funny over the years. I put together so many videos and intros and things for people, and everybody else's are always just light years better than mine. And I'm the one that
Right.
makes them. Why is that a thing? Tell me.
Because you like to make other people look good because it makes like the whole network look just amazing.
That's what it is. There it is. Somebody left a dog on my desk here this morning. Looks like it belongs to Miss Leah. That's
Mm-hmm.
okay. I always look for like what are these things in reach, because I didn't have time to, again, Claudio's fault. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have time to look over the stuff on my desk this morning, but I'm like, what is all this stuff here? Oh, look, a dog. This actually came from it was a fundraiser we went to when your grandpa was in town. We went
Mm-hmm.
over to Three Girls Vegan Creamery, also known the Three Girls. What are they going by now? Three Girls. Hold on, I need to make sure I say
I
this right.
can't hear you. I think you're too far away from the
Hello.
mic. Yeah.
Okay. Three Girls. Three Girls Eatery. Sorry, they changed their name, and I was like, what in the world? Okay, so Three Girls Eatery over in Guilford, Connecticut, they had a fundraiser for a dog rescue, a dog shelter, and they had these cute little stuffed puppies that you could
Mm-hmm.
adopt that had a box, it had a little blankie, and so Leah, of course, had to have one because we can't have a regular dog here, so that
I'm
one
kind of
doesn't.
jealous I didn't grab one.
I'm upset you didn't grab one too. What is bringing you joy this morning, Marjean?
Um, that it's not too hot in the house to wear a hoodie.
Not too hot to wear a hoodie. A teenager's lament is what it is there. Yeah, it's been a little toasty lately.
Burnt.
Been
It's
a
been a
little
little burnt.
toasty. Not happy about that. At least it wasn't too bad. I got a lot of sun on the day of your
Mm-hmm.
graduation party, but it wasn't too hot that day. I feel like it was warm, but we weren't like melting outside.
Yeah, I got sun, but I didn't get tan or burnt. I would just stay white.
Meanwhile,
I
your
just look
mom
like a
did not.
marshmallow year round.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man year round. We love that. Okay, so and so I mentioned that was your graduation party. You did graduate last weekend. Last
Mm-hmm.
weekend on a Saturday. Tell us about all the things. I mean, and I say us. I know I was there, but from your perspective, like how was the whole experience for you?
So it was pretty easy because I got to watch Nina graduate and like what she did. So it was like kind of the same. But I don't know, like I was really nervous and my mom knows because I was like literally in her room until 1 in the morning because I just couldn't sleep. I was so scared. But it was pretty fun though, and I'm just glad I got to do it with my best friend because I don't know what I would have done if I had to like do it by myself. But yeah, it was like pretty exciting, and then we got to take pictures and stuff. Um, so yeah.
Well, and you got to remind everybody how old you are because
Oh yeah, I'm turning 17 this year, but I'm 16 right now.
so
And
she's
same with
turning
my
17.
friend. My friend just turned 17 in February.
Yeah. So your friend that you graduated with.
Mhm.
Now, it's interesting because typically in the US, kids graduate from high school around 18, 17, 18, 19 years old. 17 is pushing it. Usually 18, 19
Mhm.
years old is when you graduate. But we have a lot of freedom in the homeschool community to be able to go at your own pace, that you want to go at. And then the other thing that Marjean is talking about of being able to graduate with her friend, the homeschoolers in this area like make friends with a lot of kids in different places. And it was really funny how your friendship with her
Mhm.
started, which was they had like a Connecticut homeschool, like a
Pen pal.
thank you. Pen pal. Pen pal program where they could actually like write back and forth. And we realized that the pen pal that Marjean had gotten assigned to was not far from us at all. At the time we were living in Mystic
Mhm.
and her pen pal was here in New London. Well then we kind of like had a period of time where you guys didn't talk like a whole lot
Yeah.
because we had a lot of things going on. But then we moved to New London and we find out that they're literally like a mile down the road. Like a
Not
mile down the
even
road, not even. Yeah.
like a 5 minute walk, maybe
Yeah,
10.
it wasn't far at all. And so like we ended up meeting at the mall, me and Marjean and her mom. We met at the mall, which is now closed. And I'm crushed. That was another episode, guys. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole right now. But we met at the mall, and then they pretty much have been hanging out ever
Yeah.
since. Her mom and I have hung out a lot, and so it's been a really good time. And so Lily is a little bit older than you, and then so technically she would have graduated if they were in public school. She would have graduated the year before you,
Yeah.
and but because you guys were on the same program for high school, um they both you both kind of encouraged each other to get it
Mhm.
done, to get it finished. And I think that was really helpful and motivating for you guys to do that. And it's neat that you got to graduate with somebody that you know, because like I
Yeah.
said, the graduation spans the entire state of Connecticut, and so we don't always know every person that's
Mhm.
participating.
And I think it's really cool because when me and her started pen paling, it was the 15th of June. And then we met on the 15th of June. And this is our 3 year like friend anniversary or whatever on the
Oh
15th of
my
June,
gosh.
which is really funny.
That is so funny. And you guys graduated what, like two
Like a
no, I
week
guess
or
it
two
wasn't.
before that.
Yeah, it was, so it wasn't last week you graduated, it was the week before. See,
Mhm.
my weeks are flying by here. But so take us through like obviously you were nervous that day. Tell
Yeah.
everybody what all like what all happened that day. What did you participate in? What was your favorite part of graduation?
Hmm. So, when we got there and everything, the GPS is so dumb because every like when we went for my sister's graduation, it kept saying that we were 3 minutes away and we like went right past it. And I remember that happening for my sister's graduation too. And I was like, wait, isn't it over there? Um, but yeah, I don't know why it does that, but it was really weird. And then
That's like the question of the year every year. Why does the GPS take us past the graduation
I don't
location?
know.
Anyway,
It's
moving
weird.
on.
I think it's because it's such like a big land that
Well, and it's in
it's
the middle
just,
of nowhere.
well, yeah,
So
that too. Like there's literally nothing over there but that.
it's pretty, and that's pretty challenging to do in a New England state because New England states are very small. Everything's kind of close together. But we really, it was cow country out there.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
liked driving over there though because I got to see the big houses that I love to look at but would never live in because the mailbox is like a 10-minute drive from the actual house. Um but yeah, like I the house we lived in Alabama was the same thing. Like it was just really far away from the mailbox and I hated it. Um but so I got in and I had to grab my cap and gown and stuff, which I got to keep the cap. And my friend made me I don't know what it's called. I really don't. But it's like she knows what it is, I don't. But it's like a braided thing. Um it's kind of like it was the same length as my cord cuz I graduated with honors. Um and
Woo-hoo.
so it had like my name on it and she made it and everything, I think.
It's
Or she
called a ribbon lay.
Oh yeah, so I got that. And it was so cute. Hers was pink and then mine was blue. Um and then so we had to go like at the bottom of the stairs and stuff to walk up and it was like kind of awkward cuz everybody was already lined up and me and her were like the last to be there. But so we basically just walked up towards the stage and sat down and then when they called our names we had to go up and get the diploma and everything. Um, and then after we went to go get pizza, which I was very excited about, and then she went to go get Taco Bell and took photos at Taco Bell.
Love that. Love that. Well, and we have to tell everybody too about the experience. So, with homeschool graduation, the homeschool organization announces the name of the child, announces the name or the name of the graduate, the name of the parents, and then the parents also have to go up to actually
Mm-hmm.
issue the diploma. And
Yeah.
it's we look from a parent perspective, I take it pretty seriously because we do have specific. I know we've had a lot of chatter about homeschool legislation here in the state of Connecticut. There's a lot of people who look at our laws and they're like, "Oh, there's not enough in place." But I think the vast majority of us as parents take that very seriously. That it does stay in our statute that certain courses are to be taught. I also go by what is required in order in as far as like credits and also Marjean mentioned she graduated with honors. So I look at what the public school goes by in order to be able to call that with honors
Mm-hmm.
in the graduation and all of that. So so I take it very seriously and so we get to go up and present that, and to me, it and I think Diane Connors, who's the president of Connecticut Homeschool Network, in her speech, she talked about how in a homeschool graduation, it's all about the graduates, yes, but it is also we know in the back of our minds as parents that it's really quite the moment for us as well
Mm-hmm.
because and this was an extra special one for me, I will say, because you have been homeschooled since kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
So all the way through. And that was different than Clay, Sky, and Nina because they were all pulled out after having gone to both private school and public school.
Yeah.
And so this was your accomplishments meant so much to me because you had been home since the beginning.
Mm-hmm. And I'm really glad that I ended up doing it that way because I don't think I would have survived public school with how they do things. I just couldn't.
I
Like,
mean, I think you would have survived because we all found a way. I don't think that I was necessarily, I'll say, built for public school. But I survived. You find a way to make it. It does definitely. Uh, every, whether you're homeschool, private school, public school, parochial school, trade school, whatever, you find a way to adapt, and you find a way to make it through. You find a way to I don't want to say survive because it's not all that bad, but like you know, you find a way is my point. And it will impact you no matter what. And the thing, it's like every other decision in life, though. There's no way to know
Yeah.
if you had gone a different path what that would have looked like, because that's not the path you went.
Hmm. Yeah. And another thing that I really do like about it, even though this isn't really what we're talking about, is that in public school, you do have sort of a time limit for classes, obviously, so you can get to other ones. So if I was like really struggling on math, yeah, I could have gotten a tutor, but I couldn't, like sit in that class for longer if I really wanted to. I had to get to another one. So that's why like homeschooling really, really did help, because I was struggling on math and I got to like do that for the week. And then I finished it and I got in a 90 on the whole thing.
Whoop,
So,
whoop. And that's part of the benefit of it, is being able to take your time and or go faster. There was things that you zoomed right through, so
hmm.
so that's a benefit as well. So I know you have certain goals for the future, things that you want to do. What do you feel like is ultimately, let's like go forward. Ultimately, what do you want to be doing like in a couple years time?
So everybody hears from me that I want to do like cosmetology and stuff, which is true. But ever since I was a kid, I wanted to model and be a prima ballerina. Those have been like my top two things that I've always wanted to do. That's never changed in my mind. I've like gone back and forth between cosmetology, but those two things just have stayed like set in stone since I was like 6. I've always wanted to do that.
Well, and like the good thing is you can go and do cosmetology. You can be making money with that, and then also do the other things that you love.
Hmm.
And with cosmetology, you do have the opportunity to really make your own schedule, which I think is a good thing to help you be, because you are more creative and you want to do dance and other things like that. That gives you time to do those things that you want to do.
Yeah. And like when I was, I think like maybe 10 or something, I would watch like the Victoria's Secret models and stuff. And like when I first saw Adriana Lima, I was like, oh my God. Like she's just so good at what she does. And then my friend had compared me to Adriana Lima at one point, and I was like, wait, because at the time I had like done my makeup or something some kind of way, and I looked really, really similar to her. I think I have the photo somewhere. I'll have to show you later. But um yeah, I was like, oh my God, because I was being compared to like one of my favorite celebrities.
Mm. Well, and Adriana Lima is really interesting because she doesn't. I think she's done a lot of stuff around like body image and things like that as well. In the
Hmm.
world of modeling, there's a lot of, I feel like, toxicity about what your body's supposed to look like, and all of those things. And so, I feel like she's done a lot of things that you don't have to be. A toothpick, and you don't
Hmm.
have to have a very specific kind of look or whatever else. So I appreciate her perspective, and what she shares outside of just, oh well, you have to be beautiful to be a model.
Hmm. Yeah.
So obviously you are 16, so it can be, that's one of the challenging things, is that sometimes it can be more challenging to go right from being a 16-year-old graduate into another program or something else, because a lot of people, there's still a lot of sort of misconceptions about homeschooling, and there's also a lot of programs where you have to be 18 in order
Yeah.
to start them. And so I know that you are doing some babysitting right now, and we're kind of doing a lot of things at home to sort of help you prepare for going out and getting a job, or looking at some jobs that you can get in the meantime, and talking about a lot of things like how to interview and how to to do a resume, talking about maybe getting a learner's permit for the car and things that give me a stroke. uh, so all of that. But like, one of the things that I wanted to bring up with you was that you and I were talking yesterday about Steven Sanchez, and
Hmm.
why don't you tell everybody what you had told me about that?
So he had made a post yesterday.
Well, tell
I,
everybody who Steven Sanchez
oh,
is
okay.
first,
So
in case they don't know.
Steven Sanchez, I would say his music is very, um, like it gives like an older vibe, I guess, and but it's also very new and very this generation. But he does give a lot of like Elvis Presley vibes with his look and the way he performs and everything. And so yeah, he hasn't been an artist for too long. I think only since 2021 or 2020. Um, but we went to go see him in concert, I think 2023. Like I want to say that October, or was that 2024 October?
Yeah, it was not. It was not. It was like the year before last, so 2020.
Oh yeah, because I turned 15 that year, so it was, yeah, 2024. Um, but anyway, we went to go see him, and he made a post yesterday because he just came out with a new album, and it was not getting great feedback. And he was saying that he was like going to stop making music, and then something about he didn't end up doing that, and he went on tour in the UK or whatever. Um, I don't remember exactly what he had said, but it was along the lines of he wanted to stop making music because of the feedback he was getting on that album and everything, which I'm gonna be completely honest, I didn't really love that album, but it's because I know he can do so much better based on his Angel Face album, the one that we went to go see in concert. Because that was like such a good album. It was amazing, and he really put a lot of work into it. But yeah, when people say things about it, it can be taken that way where it's like, should I stop doing this? You know?
Well, and we had a good conversation about that. I feel like after that I wanted to share with everybody, and I'm sure if Claudio's still here, he can chime into this part of like, when you put something out in the world, you kind of have to learn to brace yourself for a minute, because there's always going to be that feedback that you're not going to like, and whether it's true or not, that's neither here nor there. But there's always going to be somebody that's going to be like, why are you doing that, or that's not for me. And this also led to a conversation about Taylor Swift and how
Mm-hmm.
I loved Taylor Swift when she first came out and she was
Mm-hmm.
country. I had that album. And now this is saying something, because I'm not a huge country fan. There is specific country artists or songs that I like, but I'm not like the biggest country fan of like the
Yeah.
whole genre. And so I loved that when she moved into the pop arena. I was like, I don't know about this. This is not. I don't know if this is this is for me anymore. The first couple like weren't so bad, but the further she goes along with career, I give her so much credit and everything for
Mm-hmm.
everything she's done in her career. It's just not for me at this point, and
Yeah.
I hate to say it. Look, I have a lot of friends who are big time Swifties, and you're gonna hate me after this, but I'm not a huge fan. And so I think there's sort of a two-way thing that needs to happen. As consumers, we have to understand that over time, people companies, brands, influencers, artists, they're all going to change the way that
Mm-hmm.
we are changing. And that doesn't mean that we are necessarily going to be changing in the same direction. So we
Yeah.
have to kind of give people grace to grow and change as they need to grow and change, but then they also, and us, if we are creators, we need to understand that not everybody's going to be a fan of what we do either.
Mm-hmm.
So when we do grow and change, when we do make adjustments in what it is that we're doing, we may lose some people and we have to be okay with that.
Yeah. And I know, like, so with her, after her folklore album in 2020, I kind of stopped listening to what she put out because I wasn't a big fan of it. Because, like I said yesterday, she's made so much music that it's like, I think she's just kind of run out of things to write about and she's just writing things, unless she hasn't, and that's just how she's doing things now. But it was the same with Conan Gray, like when he put out his new I think it's called Wishbone or whatever, but that's his new album that had come out, and it's very, very, very different from his old music. Um, and unfortunately, with an artist and stuff like that, you can't just be like, "Oh, put out your older music, put out your older music," because it's their choice, and that's the unfortunate part because you don't want to like stop supporting them because you've loved them and stuff for their music and everything, but then it's like I don't like their new stuff, so I'm just gonna keep listening to their old stuff.
Well, and we could do that too. Like you don't have to continue with the other things. Claudia was saying, indeed, hear the noise and do it anyway. You
Mm-hmm.
have to ultimately follow your heart and go with what you think. Now, in the world of celebrity, when we're talking about people that are in music and films and TV and all of that, obviously they have people that will help to guide them to the next thing. And sometimes that guidance isn't right,
Mm-hmm.
but if you are following, what you want to do, then you have to understand that not everybody is going to be good with the changes that you make. Um, and so, it's interesting to think about. I go back to as well when Ted Yoder was on the Breakthrough Show. Do you remember him that plays the
Yeah.
hammered dulcimer? So Ted Yoder and I had a beautiful conversation because Ted plays a very unique instrument, a hammered dulcimer. And you can go back, if you look up Ted Yoder, the Breakthrough Show on YouTube, you can go watch the episode. But he plays the hammered dulcimer, and he wrote a version of Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World. And it went viral on social media. Well, then somebody from Tears for Fears, like their management team or whatever, had gotten a hold of the video. Next thing you know, Kurt from Tears for Fears had come to their house. They have this huge like garden orchard, and there he is, they're sitting and they're singing and playing the whole song with Tears for Fears in the
Mm-hmm.
garden, and it was this huge like mountaintop moment for him, very similar to a graduation, to a new
Yeah.
album, to a new project, but like it's this big like release, right? And then he got a lot of things that happened, right, like that came his way because of that moment. And then slowly over time, the offers get less and less. People start to forget, and it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of this mountaintop moment, like what happens next. Did you feel when you graduated, the day that you graduated, obviously, then the next day we had the grad party, everybody came over, we barbecued outside, mom got burnt, all the things. Did you ever feel right after any of that kind of like that down or that depression or that like it's over kind of feeling?
I always kind of like get that way when things are done with, even if we're like just going out somewhere to eat and we're having the best day ever and then we just go home, you know?
Mm,
Like, because I love going out and doing things. And it's the same thing when I like go to dancing at the beach with Lisa and everything. Because the last day, it's like so sad because I get to see them all the time.
yeah,
So, and it's the same thing when I hang out with my friend too. Like, I just get super sad whenever I don't get to do stuff.
yeah. Well, and then the conversation is like, what kind of meaning would those moments have? What kind of um excitement would those kinds of moments carry if it was just those moments all the time?
It when
Like
it's like what I talked to you about before when I had I put that we were having burgers on the meal plan because I really wanted burgers, but I put it at the last day of the week because I know if I do something now, like, and I just rush it, I'm not going to appreciate it when it actually comes later. And I'm not going to appreciate it as much because I'm just like, oh, well, I can just do this now. I can switch up the days. Um, and that's why I really cherish times that I get with my friend and that I get with you guys and everything because it's not like it happens every week and it's not like it happens every day.
So it's important. Like, do you have anything that you do for yourself in the more down moments that helps you stay grounded so that you're not like, well, ho hum, we're not doing anything in this moment and this is boring and horrible and I hate it and it's too quiet or whatever. Like, do you have anything that you do for yourself to get through to the next mountaintop moment?
Usually it's just like random stuff. Like sometimes I'll just do my makeup and it'll be like, okay, this is something I can do the next time I go out. Or like I just got a bedazzling kit because I love doing that in the summer. It's so fun. And I just like bedazzle my books and random things.
I well, you know what? Let's do something really quick. Let's take a super quick break, and when we come back, we'll finish this conversation. And I would like for you to get one of your books so you can show the people.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing. Healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome in, everybody, to Project Joy Live. Today is Wednesday, June 17th, 2026. We're here with Marjean Dugas today, and there are sirens out the window. We have been talking about life after graduation, what's next, but also that what's next energy, like what happens when we have those mountaintop moments on the other side of those things or in the downtime of things. And so Claudia was saying in the chat, delayed gratification is it's uncommon these days, but it is a key to success. And so I would love to expand on that also because I do think that there are a lot of differences to things with people today, and I think a lot of today's culture is very much like just constant little bits of instant things happening, instant gratification. Like I even just think about phones. Okay, so imagine a world when the dinosaurs roamed. When when we used to have to go to the store to buy something and there was no way for anyone to track us, text us, call us, none of those things, right? We had to, if somebody needed us, we had to wait until we got home and hope they called again. Now the next level came along where we got answering machines. Then people could leave a message. So when we get home, if the little boy, the excitement when that little light was blinking on the answering machine, like, oh, you've got mail. That was a different time, but But it was like that like people could leave a message, and then we got things like beepers or pagers where people could like text you a little something and you could go call them back. You'd have to find a payphone. It was a project, but so over time, but now we have phones. Nobody has to wait for anything. Everything is right in your face all the time. And so it's a different world, and it's interesting where this conversation is concerned. Marjean mentioned before the break that she has been doing some crafting to keep her mind straight during those non-mountaintop moments. What is this that you've been working on that you want to tell the people?
So, I've only done the book series The Summer I Turned Pretty because me and my sister started watching it in 2022, I think, or whatever. Did we move to Mystic in 2022, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So it had come out and we watched that together. So and then the summer we moved here, we bedazzled one of the books. And I bedazzled this one, which is the last book, I think.
Oh yeah, see, you got to turn. Ooh, look at that.
And
It's
then I did
pretty.
the first book last week.
Oh, that one's completely blank. Okay, so that one you
Yeah,
did the
because
words
this
too.
is the clear glitter, and
Yeah.
then this one I used the white one, which since it's a
Oh, I see it now. I couldn't see it before.
yeah, since it's such a like a solid pigment, it doesn't have too much
Mhm.
shine to it, but this one's clear, so
Like
it's
the
easier.
Aurora Borealis
Mhm.
finish, it doesn't have. Yeah.
Yeah, I always leave one shell like unbedazzled on both of these. I put one little thing on it, but that's it.
Okay, why did we make that decision?
Because I personally just like how it looks. I think it looks cool.
It's great. They're so pretty. And it kind of like gives you something to do because I will tell you, I just had, Jaslyn read the book by Lurley McDaniels, which is called If I Should Die Before I Wake. And that is a book that I mean, I read it, I cried like a baby. No one is surprised. And I just I when I read books like that, I'm just so immersed in what is going on in the book that when you finish it, it's also the same as what we've been talking about today. It's kind of like this letdown that you have
Yeah.
afterwards. And so I feel like the idea of like reading a book and then sort of honoring it by like bedazzling it or decorating it in some kind of way. There's like a lot of ways that people are doing this. If you guys go to TikTok or Instagram or whatever, there's a lot of people that are like kind of they'll redo the covers, they'll
Mhm.
respine the book, there's a lot of different things that people are doing, but I feel like it's sort of a new way to to honor the book that you read,
Yeah.
without necessarily having to read it again, but you know.
Yeah. And I'm more like I reach for things more when they're pretty because I like how like the Vampire Diaries books, I already like how they look and I did bedazzle one of them. I don't know why I didn't bring that one cuz it looks so cool,
Of all the
but
books, Margine.
cuz it's in my room, I didn't know how short the break would be. I always forget how short or long it is. Um but I already read those books, like the Summer I Turned Pretty books, and I really love that series because I'm a sucker for love triangles. I love reading them and I love
Well,
watching them.
I mean, Vampire Diaries too was quite the love triangle for a long
Hmm.
time.
Yep. Um, but yeah, so I was telling Nina my goal this year is to read at least one book a week for the whole summer. And every book I read that I end up liking, I'm just gonna bedazzle it. Um, but yeah, so I grab for the books more when I get to bedazzle them and make them look cute.
So, up next for Margine, we are going to be looking at cosmetology school. We're going to
Hmm.
be looking at dance classes. We're going to be looking at mom not losing her mind. We're going to be looking at lots of things to come. do you have a goal of like any like short-term goals, something that you want to do absolutely the next thing? And do you have a goal of something that you want to feel or experience?
As far as like dance classes go, I really want to do like a hip hop kind of dance class because I always wanted to do like dancing too. Um, and me and Jazzy watched what's it called? Pop Star Academy,
Mhm.
and where the band Cat's Eye was created because me and
Yeah,
her really like Cat's
that's
Eye.
a pretty good show.
Mhm. And I like the idea of getting to, which sounds so weird, but getting up like early in the morning, going to a studio, dancing, everything, and I don't know. I like the adrenaline of that kind of stuff and like just being go 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 because I love doing those kinds of things. And then as far as like experiencing stuff, I would say getting to take my time now that I graduated and everything. Like I don't have to feel like rushed to go to college or to go to a different school or to get a job or anything. Um, and if I get a job, I'm gonna be working with my bestie because I would be again too scared to be working alone. Um, because like
You guys
where
are so
Cole's
funny.
is, like
Yeah,
the whole plaza area.
yeah.
Me and her were gonna apply to somewhere like a plaza area like that because at least we'll like be near
You could
each
do
other.
lunch together.
Exactly. Because she was gonna apply to Kohl's, Sally's, and Sephora, and I was gonna do that too. Um, so that at least like one of us will get in, and it's in Groton, so it's like pretty close to Dad.
Well, it sounds exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing what's next for you, and I like that with both you and your sister graduating early that you could have that time to just explore because I
Hmm.
think and I talked about this when Danielle was on the show last and we were talking about graduation. I felt such an incredible pressure to know what I wanted to do.
Hmm.
And I sort of did, but I didn't. And I don't remember ever being told that it's okay to just know what you want to do for now, and it's okay that's probably going to change. It might
Hmm.
change. It's okay if it
Yeah.
doesn't, but it's okay if it does too, and I don't remember really feeling that permission to just explore more. And
Yeah.
so I am grateful that we are in a position where we can give you guys that opportunity to just take that time to discover what it is that you love, not just outside of yourself, but inside of yourself too. So
Yeah. And that's kind of like what I was talking about when we did that video at my graduation party about like most likely to pick something and then change it later because I like doing a bunch of different things, but I have my
shocker.
heart set on at least three things. Like I would do the modeling, the dancing, and the ballet, but I also would really love to explore cosmetology, and I would also, shocker, really love to explore things like a yoga class, like teaching one or doing one, and stuff like that. That's really fun to me. Um, but yeah, I like that I get to be able to explore things and knowing that I'm only 16, I can do a bunch of different things with the amount of time I have in my life, even though you don't really know how much time you have left. And like, I could not be here tomorrow. I could not be here in the next 2 minutes. And it's just like what I'm
Don't
doing
be
right now.
saying that now live on the
I'm
show. I'm gonna get
sorry.
all upset.
What I'm doing right now is most important because I don't know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, kind of thing. And
What you're doing now is most important. Do I have something here? Okay.
if you have plans this week, cherish them. If you have a job, go into work with a good attitude every single day because showing up for yourself is a million times better than showing up because you feel like you have to.
There you have it. Period. It's time for birthdays, Margie. You ready?
Yay!
birthday to you. All right, everybody. In the world, celebrity is taking everything I have to not channel some dad energy right now in this moment because it's Kendrick Lamar's birthday. 39 years old today. It's not enough.
It's not enough.
It's taking everything I have right now. Happy birthday, Kendrick Lamar. Amazing tennis player Venus Williams is 46 years old today. Actor Thomas Hayden Church is 66 years old today. I first remember seeing him on Wings in the 90s. So that'll take you back a minute. Actor Greg Kinnear is 63 years old today. Happy birthday, Greg. Also, one of my favorites of all time, Barry Manilow, is 83 years old today. Her name was Lola.
Lola.
She was a showgirl.
Showgirl.
Okay, anyway. Love some Barry Manilow, 83 years old and still performing. Incredible, incredible. Celebrities in my life. Oh, we've got a couple here. Rachel Lenda. She used to be the lead singer for the band Red Light, which is locally here, but now she works for the state of Connecticut in the tourism department. Love that for her. Happy birthday, Rachel Lenda. Also, Mandy B, who I need to reach out. Mandy, what are you doing, girl? I haven't seen you in a long time, and she used to be involved with a couple of the things we had going on here in the Breakthrough Show Network. So happy birthday, Mandy B. Also, a Breakthrough Show Network alum, Kathleen Gubatosi. Happy birthday to you. Kathleen, it's always amazing to see you pop up on my news feed, and hope you are doing well. All right, here we go. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Kendrick, Venus, Barry, Thomas, Greg, Kathleen, and Rachel. Happy birthday to
you.
Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating Marjean. I saw you back there. Love the birthday song. It's such a vibe. Anything you want to leave with the people today, Marjean?
Be yourself. Love yourself, because if nobody else loves you, at least you know that you love yourself so much. And don't worry about what you're going to do in the next 10 years, because I promise you that is not going to be important to you in the actual 10 years. Because if you want to be a professional chef right now, your 10-year older self is probably going to be like, I hate cooking. So just worry about what you're doing today. Worry about what you want today.
I hate cooking.
I hate cooking.
Imagine a world where Gordon Ramsay started out as a chef and then said, I hate cooking.
I would never cook.
I think there's points to what you're saying, that at the end of the day, focus on right now, be present with yourself and what you have going on. And it's great to have goals and look into the future, but don't live there. Live right now in this moment. I am your host, Jessica Dugas. This is my fabulous co-host, Marjean Dugas, and I'm going to be back with you on a Friday.
Yay!
Oh, Danielle's on the show Friday. It's going to be a good time.
That's how you know it's going to be a good show.
It's going to be a great show. We're going to talk about nostalgic summers. What was it like to leave home at 8 in the morning and not come home until 8 at night? And nobody.
I wish I knew.
Phones.
Sounds like fun.
Not phones. It had nothing going on. So we're going to talk about summers in the 80s and 90s coming up on Friday. Until then, I'm Jessica Dugas. This is Marjean Dugas. We want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.